former NFL GM Mike Mayock on the Browns quarterback situation. This from the Rich Eisen show.
If Cam Ward's gone and they don't have a grade on Shador that justifies anywhere near that, you can easily sit there in a behind closed doors and go, look, we already have our developmental young quarterback. He was a first round pick in 22. His name's Kenny Pickett. So why don't we continue to work with this kid? He's got a little bit of NFL experience. He was a first round pick for a reason. And we think we had a better grade on him coming out than we do on Shador or Jackson Dart or any of these guys. So he can be our young developmental guy, but here's the caveat. Now we got to go find a veteran. And Aaron Rodgers, if he goes to Pittsburgh like we all think, at the end of the day, what does that leave for a quality veteran starter? To me, it's Kirk Cousins and Derek Carr. Now, when you look at those two, nothing's coming out of New Orleans that would suggest they would allow him to go. He's their starter this year. You look at Atlanta, it's a different conversation. Kirk Cousins wants out. Atlanta is willing to let him go, assuming they get what they want in return. I'm assuming on top of that, Atlanta wants to wait post June 1st because then they can let the salary cap mitigate over a 2-year period instead of one. So it's a little bit of a quarterback roulette game.
It's kind of interesting, Lance. It's the second time that Mike Mayock has talked about Derek Carr, a guy who was a quarterback when he was GM of the Raiders. So I don't want to read the tea leaves. I just find that interesting. The other thing he brings up, June 1st is a big deal because they're going to take a cap hit if they trade him, and they can spread that out over 2 seasons if they do it post June 1st.
Well, the thing you get at those 2 clips that you showed, first, what they show me is the ultra confidence of guys who are in charge of making the NFL, and it goes to show you that when you think about the Browns and you think about Andrew Berry, they don't really care what everybody else thinks, and they have their own plan and how they think. And I think that's a pretty good trait. And Mayock's a guy who he's done a lot of good in some questionable things in the eyes of many, but they don't care, and they're ultra confident in what they do in their plan. So right now, the only thing that I would probably tell you that's probably true is that Andrew Berry has a plan, and he really doesn't care what everybody else thinks of his plan. And to be successful in the NFL, I think that's an important trait. To be successful as a quarterback, I think that's an important trait. You better have tough skin, right? And my dad told me, if you're going to be involved in a game of football and you're going to be a coordinator, you're going to be a coach, you better have tough skin. And that goes the same for general managers. And that's kind of what these guys, when you're showing me these clips, that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing this ultra confidence in these guys who have made a lot of decisions in the NFL. And that's a good thing. And Andrew Berry kind of rubs off on you that way too, along with Kevin Stefanski. Now, does it mean they won't be around? Sure. I mean, they could be around or they could get fired, but they better believe in what they believe in. And if their plan is to go out and get Kirk Cousins, then you're probably going to go out and get Travis Hunter or Abdul Carter. If not, and you think you need a guy, then you better go get Shador Sanders. So it's interesting, but that's what really those clips showed me, is the ultra confidence and almost arrogance of these guys, but that their plan is the best plan, and I'm okay with that.